three-quarter court defense.
Three-pointer nailed by J.C. Tharrington. 3-1 Charlotte Christian. Rebound taken away by Paul Hudson. Hudson over to Harrington. Now it's stolen away by the Falcons. And layup is good. That was number 23, Josh Graham, with the basket for Pebblebrook. 3-3 tie ball game here, early going.
Once again, coaching 101. You don't want to pass the ball over there at the sideline just over half court because, once again, it's an extra defender over there.
And three-pointer is no good by Murray. However, Pebblebrook gets it back, another three-pointer. And rebound taken away by the Knights of Charlotte Christian. This is J.C. Tharrington with the ball. His shot is no good. Rebound Hudson. He is double-teamed. And I think they're saying that he took some steps and traveled.
Both teams are getting up and down the floor right now. Just getting the early game jitters out. Wait to see them calm down and get into their normal flow.
Pebblebrook moving the ball around very quickly, and then we have a three-pointer. That's number 5, Mervyn James with the three-pointer. It is 6-3 Falcons, and we have a foul against the Falcons.
Once again, Pebblebrook's trying to impose that will with their full-court pressure defense here early to start the game.
If I'm correct, Pebblebrook went 12-9 a year ago. You can correct me on that if as Charlotte Christian waiting to inbound the basketball. Charlotte Christian is the alma mater of Stephen Curry. Those of you NBA basketball fans. Here's Ifosa Idosamwan with the ball. He passes it to Blake Preston. A nice move in, cannot get it to go. Starting lineup for Charlotte Christian. Ifosa Udosamwan, Paul Hudson, J.C. Tharrington, Blake Preston, and Seth Bennett. 6-3, Pebblebrook, the early going here. Top of the key, three-pointer. Tharrington is good. J.C. Tharrington ties the score at 6.
Tharrington's continuing that tradition of a long-range shooter for Charlotte Christian.
Another three-pointer on the other end for Pebblebrook. And a slam home by Blake Preston. 9-8 Pebblebrook. And Preston swats it away. Some good defense there. Checking in for Pebblebrook, it will be number 20, Jalen Harper. He's a junior point guard.
I tell you, both teams are doing a great job of getting up and down the floor and being able to get some good looks out of that.
Another three-pointer. This one by, let's see. That was Dwight Murray with a three-pointer. And Preston gets another layup for Charlotte Christian. So Dwight Murray with 2 three-pointers for Pebblebrook, but Preston able to get the basket, and he gets fouled. It's 12-10 Pebblebrook.
Once again, both teams are doing a great job of just making the simple pass and being able to stay in the steady flow of their offense early here in the first quarter.
Checking in for the Falcons, Grant Howard and Josh Graham, as Preston at the line to try and complete the three-point play. His free throw is in the air. It is no good, but we have a lane violation. And Preston's going to get another opportunity.
Those plays right there put gray hair on any coach's head. It's the reason why I'm bald.
Court awareness is essential. Here's the next free throw by Preston. It's up and in. 12-11 Pebblebrook. Here come the Falcons. They set up their offense. This is Mervyn James to Josh Graham. Ball goes out of bounds, knocked off of Charlotte Christian. It's going to remain Pebblebrook basketball. Dwight Murray to inbound.
You can hear the activity of both coaches, especially right here, Coach Washington from Pebblebrook, guiding his team both offensively and defensively.
Here's Graham with the basketball, top of the key. Three-pointer by Murray is good. That's his third three-pointer. Dwight Murray makes it 15-11 Pebblebrook. Now Pebblebrook in a full court pressure here. Charlotte Christian trying to get it across the line. They do break the press. Here's Seth Bennett. His shot is up, no good. Rebound taken away by Murray of Pebblebrook. And the jumper is good for Jalen Harper of the Falcons. It's 17-11. Pebblebrook with a 6-point lead. They go to their full court pressure again. Here's Udosamwan. He tries to get it over to Garrett Schrader, but the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Charlotte Christian basketball.
Great defense right there by Pebblebrook, making them have to force that long skip pass, and they were able to get that deflection out of bounds.
Blake Preston, right side to Udosamwan, inside to Garrett Schrader, who scores. 17-13. Here's Jalen Harper for Pebblebrook. Falcons moving the ball around very quickly. Now the baseline drive. And another three-pointer. This one by Josh Graham. 20-13 Falcons.
I tell you, Pebblebrook's doing a great job of making that pass to the corner there for that three, which is normally one of the harder three-point shots in high school or even college basketball.
Yes, they are. And checking in for the Falcons is number 10, D'Antonio Deloche. And a three-pointer is good. This one by Seth Bennett of Charlotte Christian, 20-16. Pebblebrook with the lead.
Nothing better than watching two teams that are very fundamentally sound, playing hard, taking advantage of their opportunities.
Another three-pointer, a barrage of three-pointers here. Grant Howard with the three-pointer for Pebblebrook. It's 23-16. And now we have another steal here by the Falcons. Howard top of the key for Pebblebrook. He dribbles. Now Murray has it. And let's see. They call a foul.
It was a great offensive set right there by Coach Washington, which leads to that team foul. Sometimes a lot of people don't understand, Ken, that making that pass and a team foul is good offense.
Checking in for Charlotte Christian is Paul Hudson. Murray with the basketball, guarded by Udosamwan. Murray over to Mervyn James, and Mervyn James is bumped by Hudson. 23-19, Pebblebrook with the lead, 2:09 to go in the first quarter. This is game 4 here in Gym 2. Checking in for the Knights of Charlotte Christian is Garrett Schrader, as Pebblebrook will inbound. Here's Grant Howard. Grant Howard going to try and three-pointer, no good. Rebound is no good. Rebound taken away by the Knights. Here comes Charlotte Christian. And now the ball's knocked away. Here comes Pebblebrook the other way, and the layup is good.
Great job right there by Pebblebrook getting the rebound, pushing the ball out there, and then Harper with a nice easy two.
Jalen Harper with an easy 2 points. It's 25-19 Falcons. 1:48 to go in the first. And driving to the basket is Schrader. He is blocked. Nice block. And they're going to warn the head coach of Pebblebrook.
George Washington was asking who that delay was on. It was on number 10 for Pebblebrook.
Delay was on number 10. That is D'Antonio Deloche. Here come the Falcons. Three-pointer is good.
It's a
Dwight Murray, I believe that's his 4th, maybe 5th three-pointer.
I think it's his 5th of the first quarter, but it's a great play right there. The little Iverson cut over the top to a stagger for Murray for the 3.
And Charlotte Christian getting the ball in the inside. And now checking in for Pebblebrook is Jalen Harper. He waits to check in as he checks in. Charlotte Christian will inbound the basketball.
It's really incredible. If you saw Coach Washington down there getting on his player for not diving down in front of the big man, ended up picking up a team foul for him instead of getting that steal.
Here's Udosamwan with the basketball. Ifosa Udosamwan. Nice pass into Garrett Schrader. However, they're going to call, I guess they call the travel. So it'll turn over to Pebblebrook. 28-19, Falcons with the lead. 58 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dwight Murray, another three-pointer. He's got it. That's the sixth of the first quarter. Murray is on fire.
That's an understatement.
31-19. Schrader. Baseline baseline jumper, I should say. That was Blake Preston off the backboard. 31-21, Pebblebrook. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. And a baseline jumper by Murray, no good. Rebound taken away by Preston. And we have a foul. And I think the foul is going to be against Charlotte Christian.
I'm telling you, Ken, as a former college basketball coach, I am loving the play sets that Coach Washington from Pebblebrook's been calling. A couple Iverson actions over the top into a stagger that last time. Iverson cut over the top into an elevator action right there for Murray for that shot. It's great stuff being shown here by Coach Washington and Pebblebrook.
Two fundamentally sound teams going at it. 31-21, Pebblebrook with a 10-point lead. Here's Udosamwan. He's going to drive to the bucket and score. Ifosa Udosamwan scores for Charlotte Christian, cutting the lead to 8. 6 seconds to go. Pebblebrook going to rush it up. Jalen Harper, his shot is no good, and that will end the first quarter. An exciting first quarter between both teams. Pebblebrook with a 31-23 lead over Charlotte Christian will take a timeout, and we'll be back. You're listening and watching the 2017 Thanksgiving, or I should say the Holiday Hoopsgiving Tournament here on SUB TV.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and CBA Sports.
We're back here at the start of the second quarter. Pebblebrook up 31-23. I'm Ken Gustafson along with Lewis Preston, coach of Kennesaw State. Pebblebrook with the basketball. Dwight Murray with 8 3-pointers. Here's a jumper by Mervyn James, no good. Ball chased down by Jalen Harper of Pebblebrook. And now another 3-pointer, no good. Mervyn James with the rebound.
Boy, activity by Pebblebrook has been great to see. They didn't come out with a score right there, but once again, defensive, they're very active, getting their hands on balls. Oh, called the travel right there.
A traveling violation against Charlotte Christian. Turns the ball over to Pebblebrook.
Ken, I think one of the really important things right here is just watching the different things that Pebblebrook's been doing offensively. Little shuffle cut stagger action right there leads to a nice wide open jump shot.
Nice jump shot there by James. Pebblebrook shooting almost 60% from the field. And I believe that's a traveling going to be, no, it's going to be a foul. Garrett Schrader driving to the basket for Charlotte Christian.
Ken, the ref was looking at me like I was keeping fouls. So he doesn't understand, like, you know, I'm not in charge of that scorebook here this evening.
What does Charlotte Christian need to do to get back in this game? They're down by 15.
You know what? I think Charlotte Christian is fine where they are right now. It's just a matter of making some of those easy baskets for them. And then they got to be able to match that intensity defensively to the different sets that Coach Washington and Pebblebrook's running offensively, because every set that they'll run, they get wide open shots.
Grant Howard checking in for Pebblebrook. Correction, score is 33-23, not 38-23. Falcons with the basketball. Jump shot is no good. And we have another foul. Let's see who's on. Now checking in for the Falcons is Khalil Hawkins.
Once again, if you go back and look at what Coach Washington's doing for Pebblebrook, Ken, he's keeping it very simple. He just keeps running that same shuffle cut stagger action until they stop it. And they haven't stopped it yet.
No, they haven't. They have not stopped it.
Had James coming off that little out of bounds play for that wide open jump shot right there to make it 35-23.
Now we have a steal. Oh, what a block by Blake Preston of Charlotte Christian. Outlet pass to Schrader for the dunk. 35-25 Pebblebrook. We have a three-pointer. It is good. Three-pointer by Josh Graham.
Ken, I'm just sitting here shaking my head. Just beautiful fundamental basketball by Pebblebrook. Both teams actually are playing great fundamental basketball.
We saw that in the previous game with St. Pius. They played outstanding fundamental basketball. We're seeing it now between these two teams. Dwight Murray for three, no good. Rebound taken away by Udosimwan. Udosimwan with the ball. He's going to take it coast to coast and not score, but Blake Preston is there for the putback and the foul.
Ken, coaching 101 right there. Blake Preston did a great job getting the offensive rebound. He didn't drop the ball below his waist. He stayed big like all big men are taught to do at a very young age, powered it back up, got the and one with a chance for a three-point play.
Preston is a senior, 6'9" senior. And here's his free throw. It's in the air, no good. Rebound taken away by Josh Graham of Pebblebrook. Howard across the timeline, dribbles. Now here's Jalen Harper. And three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound taken away by the Knights. And a turnover.
That last shot right there is one of the few bad shots I've seen in the entire game so far by both teams. So see how Pebblebrook reacts here defensively.
Knocked out of bounds off of Pebblebrook. Charlotte has the ball. This is Seth Bennett with it. Now J.C. Tharrington. Over to Udosimwan. Udosimwan dribbling. Over to Tharrington on the right side. Tharrington, his scoop shot, no good. He gets his own rebound, though. And Charlotte Christian still has the basketball.
It's a great job by Charlotte Christian getting on that offensive glass right there and being rewarded with another possession.
Harrington guarded by James. Harrington into Preston. Preston cross court to Udosimwan. Udosimwan a three-pointer. And no good. And Preston getting the rebound. Now they're going to call it against Preston.
Once again, Preston did a great job right there of getting that offensive rebound, getting a high keeping it high. Now he's at the line shooting
Actually,
2
I got
shots.
it right the first time. The foul was against Pebblebrook, and Blake Preston at the line shooting 2. His first free throw off the rim, no good. And checking into the game for Pebblebrook is Dwight Murray and Mervyn James.
So looking at Preston's free throw shot right there is a good shot overall. Might be leaning back and putting too much of his head into the shot. Maybe needs to cock that ball over to the side a little bit for a better and more fluid free throw stroke, but the stroke looks good overall.
Here's the second free throw. It is good. 38-28, still a 10-point lead for Pebblebrook. The difference, mainly the three-pointers by Dwight Murray. Here's Grant Howard. He's going to try three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken away by Preston. Here's J.C. Tharrington across the timeline. Tharrington dribbling. Tharrington over to Seth Bennett. Seth Bennett's baseline jumper is good.
Once again, Pebblebrook's been falling in love with that outside shot. Oh, nice little inside out right there by Harper.
Beautiful move by Jalen Harper. He just froze his defender and drove to the basket and scored. And Coach Sean Brown of Charlotte Christian wants a timeout here. It is 40-30 Pebblebrook with 3:24 to go in the first half. We'll take one as well. You are listening and watching to the 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving Tournament on SUV TV.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and CBA Sports.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists.
We're back here at Holy Innocents Episcopal School, game 4 of this tournament. Charlotte Christian trailing Pebblebrook 40-30. Here's Seth Bennett with the ball for the Knights. Seth Bennett, and he gets a bounce pass into Blake Preston, who scores. 40-32. Charlotte Christian cuts Pebblebrook's lead to 8.
It's a good play coming out of that timeout right there by Coach Brown from Charlotte Christian. Once again, Pebblebrook keeps running that same shuffle cut stagger action. Looks like that Charlotte Christian's made a little bit of an adjustment to that.
Three-pointer, no good. Couldn't see who the foul was on. Let's see, who is it on? The jump ball, and Coach Washington is saying, we got the last one. They got the last one, it should be our ball. Refs are going to talk about it.
And this is the reason why I'm right here commentating as opposed to keeping that scorebook right there. All right, we got it taken care of right here. It's going to be Pebblebrook brawl here.
Pebblebrook basketball as Logan Jones checks in for Charlotte Christian. Here's Grant Howard, top of the key. And the shot is up, no good, taken away by Preston. Here's Tharrington with the ball for Charlotte Christian. Knight gets a screen from I was going to say J.C. Harrington got a screen there from Garrett Schrader, but Charlotte Christian unable to capitalize. They lose that out of bounds. They turn it over. I'm
curious, Ken, to see they stayed in man-to-man. They won that 2-3 zone on that baseline out of bounds. Another elevator action right there. It's a good call by the ref right there. He did put that extra hand on the ball right there for a double dribble.
Double dribble against Dwight Murray. Turns the ball over to the Knights. It's 40-32, Pebblebrook with an 8-point lead. 2:02 to go.
Very well played game on both ends of the floor by both teams. So it was a the former college basketball coach, you love seeing this type of action and activity.
Therington for three. Got it! J.C. Therington with a three-pointer, cutting Pebblebrook's lead to 5.
Inside out action right there, always. Inside out action gets that wide open three to make it now a 5-point game for Pebblebrook.
So Charlotte Christian showing you why they reached the North Carolina State quarterfinals a year ago. Both these teams very, very strong. Pebblebrook with the basketball right now. Dwight Murray going to take a three-pointer and nail it.
Man.
I think that's his 9th three-pointer.
I don't know how many threes he has, but he is beautiful to watch. And he plays so hard on both ends of the floor. College coach's dream.
43-35. Three-pointer for Charlotte Christian, no good, but Blake Preston is there for the rebound and putback.
You know what, right now, Pebblebrook doesn't have an answer for Blake Preston. And then on the flip side, Charlotte Christian doesn't have an answer for Dwight Murray right now.
Exactly. Checking in for Pebblebrook is D'Antonio Deloach. Here comes Grant Howard with the basketball. Guarded by Logan Jones. And we have an offensive foul against Howard. And Josh Graham wanting to check in. Referee wouldn't let him for a second. Now Josh Graham is allowed to come in. Turnover by Pebblebrook. Charlotte Christian ball, 57 seconds to go in the first half. Seth Bennett with the ball. Top of the key to Jones. Stolen away by Murray. Murray's shot no good. Rebound taken away by Preston. He's got it, and Charlotte Christian will likely hold for the last shot.
Great activity, Ken, here by both teams here in the second quarter. They both kind of calmed down a little bit. It's really been interesting to see Charlotte Christian get back into this game.
Yes, it is. Shot is up, no good. And Garrett Schrader went for the rebound and got fouled. And Schrader will go to the line to shoot 2 for Charlotte Christian.
You know, Charlotte Christian's done a great job. They're usually sending their 3, 4, and 5 men to the offensive glass, but they've actually added a 4th guy to go in there and been able to get some offensive rebounds, which has gotten them some opportunities at the free throw line.
Schrader makes the first as Jalen Harper checks in for Pebblebrook. Schrader about to shoot his second free throw. It's in the air. It is around the rim and in. So 43-39, the lead cut to 4. Pebblebrook holding for the last shot. 19 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Grant Howard. Grant Howard, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Preston. 6 seconds to go for the Knights. Here's Seth Bennett. His wild shot off the side of the backboard, picked up by the Falcons, and that's going to be the end of the first half. A very entertaining, very fun first half between both these two teams. Pebblebrook with a 43-39 lead over Charlotte Christian. We will be back with halftime statistics right after this. You're listening and watching to the Holiday Hoopsgiving Tournament here on SUV TV.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Crenshaw reminding you about the inaugural Hoopsgiving Holiday Tip-Off Classic. It comes your way December 21st through 23rd at Norcross High School. Here's what the coaches have to say.
I think it's special. I mean, I really do. I think, and I just love the idea of the best playing the best. I mean, you got some great programs in there, great traditional programs. And so, you know, like I said, for us to get a chance to play Collins Hill, we usually wouldn't get that chance in the regular season. So to be able to do that, you know, I hope that both teams walk out of there and we both get better. You know, that's the whole thing about it. You know, I know they're going to play hard, we're going to play hard, but you know, the whole object of the regular season is try to get you prepared for the postseason. And so that's what we think about. That's what we're about. And it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
We are back here at halftime where Pebblebrook leads Charlotte Christian 43-39. High scores for Charlotte Christian. Blake Preston, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 block shots. Dwight Murray, 5 for 7 from three-point range. He led the Falcons with 16 points. And here's J.C. Tharrington with Charlotte Christian.
First half was a very well-played game. Looking forward to watching both teams do the exact same thing here to start the third quarter.
Tharrington, jumper no good. Rebound taken away by the Falcons. Here comes Jalen Harper. Dwight Murray, baseline no good. Rebound Preston of Charlotte Christian. He's double teams, he gets the ball out. And here come the Knights. Oh, nice block there. Looked like Mervyn James with the block. Knights still with the basketball. Udosimwan loses it, and it's picked up by Grant Howard. Top of the key, Murray for 3, no good. Rebound Preston. Here comes J.C. Tharrington of Charlotte Christian.
Both teams getting up and down the floor early.
Oh, a flop there. And they're going to call a foul against, trying to see who it is.
Just looking to call the ball out of bounds.
Ball out of bounds.
Yes.
I thought it was a foul, but no. Paul Hudson had it, but it was knocked away by Howard. Off of Howard, out of bounds to Charlotte Christian. Just underway, 6:58 to go here in the third quarter. 43-39, Pebblebrook with a 4-point lead.
It's very interesting right there, Ken, that you know what, they could have very easily tried to call that offensive foul. Give the referee credit for not rewarding that flop, and then Charlotte Christian getting the ball back.
And a nice inbound pass to Preston, and he shoots the ball, he gets fouled over the back.
I'm really liking this Blake Preston kid. First of all, he has the body of a young man, and once he fills that body out when he gets to college, man, I'm telling you. Oh, nice action right there.
Nice inbounds pass to Hudson, but he's blocked, and here come the Falcons. And the Falcons turn it over, right over to us, right over to Marcus Burnett.
Marcus didn't know I had him on backup right there. You know, I got to be a big man with hands. If not, I couldn't be here on the, commentating this game. I'd be in the gym working on my hands.
Seth Bennett with the ball for Charlotte Christian. Left side to Tharrington. Tharrington dribbles. And a bad pass stolen away by the Falcons. Here's Dwight Murray. He's going to lay it up, misses the layup. Rebound Preston. And we go the other way. Here's Tharrington of Charlotte Christian. He dribbles in. His hook shot no good. And a foul is called.
Ken, not sure I necessarily agree with that one right there. It was just 3 guys going up for the ball right there. That ball was live. It's a free ball.
Checking in for Pebblebrook is Jamal Kleiss, his first action of the game. And a three-pointer. Looked like that was Seth Bennett for Charlotte Christian. Or two-pointer, excuse me. 43-41. Charlotte Christian has cut the lead to 2.
It's a great out-of-bounds play right there. See how Pebblebrook takes it. Oh, Pebblebrook running the flex action right here. Old school flex.
Jumper by Josh Graham, no good. Picked up by Tharrington. We go the other way. Seth Bennett, and he gets the ball into Udosimwan, who travels.
One of the things right there, Ken, he threw that ball right there in that short corner area right there. Should have probably just faced up and looked at the basket and probably hit the guy cutting to the hoop in the paint, as opposed to trying to put that ball on the floor with 4 other defenders around him.
Here's the Falcons. Here's Mervyn James with a jumper. He hits it. It's 45-41, Pebblebrook. Now Pebblebrook going to full court pressure. And the Knights break it. J.C. Tharrington for 3. Got it! Nails for Tharrington. And it's a 1-point lead.
Once again, just making the simple pass out of the pressure led to that wide open 3-point shot.
Murray, right side to Harper, over to James, top of the key. Mervyn James dribbles in. His layup is no good, and it's picked up by Paul Hudson of Charlotte Christian. Paul Hudson loses it, though, but it's picked up by his teammate. That was Ifosa Udosimwan with the basket. And it's 46-45 Charlotte Christian.
It's their first lead of the day. Once again, they got down by as many as 12 and did a great job of staying true to who they are.
And we got a foul. Looks like it's going to be against J.C. Tharrington on Dwight Murray.
And that play right there is kind of drives us crazy as a coach. You've got the momentum. You're 25 feet from the basket. No need to cause a foul right there.
Yeah, Pebblebrook is going to be a very difficult team to beat, and you don't want to make it even more difficult.
Exactly.
So Jalen Harper will inbound the ball for the Falcons. Here's Murray, guarded by Udosimwan. Murray, top of the key, gets a screen from Mervyn James. And Murray tried to pass it over to Harper. It went off Harper's hands. It's a turnover, Charlotte Christian basketball.
Once again, I think Pebblebrook's got to figure out a way to get Murray more involved here in the third quarter because one of the things that Charlotte Christian's been able to do, Blake Preston's continue to be Blake Preston, but a couple guys are playing off of his activity right now. Curious to see how Pebblebrook takes and adjusts to this.
Khalil Hawkins checking in for Pebblebrook, seeing his first action of this game. Here's Udosimwan with the ball for Charlotte Christian. Half-court pressure from Pebblebrook. They break the pressure. Now Udosimwan's going to try a three-pointer. No good. Rebound taken away by the Falcons. And here comes Pebblebrook. And a drive by James, I believe it was. No good. Rebound taken away by the Knights.
Once again right there, Harper was out of control. Ended up shooting a bad shot. Gotten a little sloppy here over the course of the last minute and a half. See who's going to slow down and get back into their half-court action to get themselves easier and much better shots.
Speaking of bad shots, J.C. Tharrington just took one there. It was an air ball, and it goes over to Pebblebrook. Here's Dwight Murray, top of the key. Nice fake by Murray. And now Mervyn James going to try a three-pointer. No good. Rebound taken away by the Knights. Paul Hudson with the ball. He gets it to Udosimwan, into Preston. Preston over to Seth Bennett for three. No good. Rebound goes out of, ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Pebblebrook basketball. Checking back in is Khalil Hawkins. He left momentarily. And now checking in also for Pebblebrook is Grant Howard.
Ken, I'll tell you, right now, just watching Blake Preston might be one of the more fundamentally sound big men I've seen so far this early high school season. Not only was his ability to score in the paint, shoot from the outside, but they pass it in. He reads defense as well, makes the easy decision.
And I believe that was Dwight Murray with the three-pointer. It is 48-46 Pebblebrook. Inbounds pass to Hudson. Gets it to Preston, high post. Gets it over to Tharrington. Tharrington now dribbles over to the right side. Left side to Seth Bennett for three, no good. Rebounded Preston. Nice rebound by Preston. He should just take it in. He posts up. And it's going to be a blocking foul, looks like, against.
It's a great, you know what, Ken, it was a great job right there by Preston. A lot of people would have said just to go right up, but he had that extra defender on him, pulled it back out, then back down and got the team foul.
Hudson with the ball now for Charlotte Christian. Gets it over to Tharrington, top of the key. Tharrington, bounce pass to Preston. Preston post up. His backup jumper, no good. Rebound taken away by the Falcons. And Grant Howard. Grant Howard for three. No good. Rebound taken away by Garrett Schrader of Charlotte, and he is fouled.
Not sure that was a great shot right there by Howard, but once again, it's a great job of Pebblebrook staying true to who they are and Charlotte Christian staying true to who they are.
48-46, Pebblebrook with a 2-point lead, 2:17 to go in the third quarter. Here's Tharrington for Charlotte Christian. Dribbles. Gets it over to Seth Bennett. Seth Bennett, double dribble, and he turns it over. So a turnover for Charlotte Christian.
I thought the referee didn't see that Harry Houdini trick right there with the ball, but I guess I was wrong.
And then Pebblebrook now with the basketball. Shot is no good. Rebound by the Falcons.
It's been very interesting, Ken, here in the third quarter. Dwight Murray hasn't gotten the ball in his comfortable spots. I don't know if that's just part of Pebblebrook guys taking quick shots or Charlotte Christian taking him out of his comfortable offense.
And drive and score by Mervyn James. It is 50-46.
Great job. Great drive right there against Blake Preston.
And now Seth Bennett going to drive baseline. His layup is no good, and a foul against Charlotte Christian. So if you're a fan of Charlotte Christian, you're hoping they take better care of the basketball and make better shot selection, because this Pebblebrook team is a powerful squad and can put up points in a hurry. Here's go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Mervyn James with the ball, now top of the key to Khalil Hawkins. And Jalen Harper driving to the bucket. It is blocked by Preston. Out of bounds. It's going to be Charlotte Christian basketball. Now checking in is Josh Graham for Pebblebrook. 50-46, Pebblebrook with a 4-point lead, 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Here's Udosimwan with the basketball for the Knights. Now Paul Hudson has it, spins, scores. Nice move by Paul Hudson.
I tell you, I didn't know how Charlotte Christian was going to be able to get some scoring once they put Blake Preston on the bench, but right there, it's a great move. Great back to the basket move by Paul Hudson, looking for the and one.
Jamal Kleiss checks in for Pebblebrook, and Paul Hudson going to try and complete the three-point play. His free throw is good. 50-49, 1-point lead for Pebblebrook. A minute to go in the third quarter. Here's Khalil Hawkins, top of the key. He dribbles, gets a screen from James. Now James has it, stolen away, and stolen back by Pebble. Now Charlotte Christian has it. Hudson has it, and he dunked. No, he misses the dunk. However, let's see. Udosimwan was there to put it back and in, but they called a foul against Charlotte Christian.
Actually, I think that was basket interference right there, holding on the rim.
Offensive basket interference against Paul Hudson. He would have been better just to lay it up and in.
Right. Actually, that's a good call right there by the official, because you know what? They could have called that a technical foul, but instead, Pebblebrook gets the ball.
Khalil Hawkins, right side to Grant Howard. Grant Howard dribbling. Now here's James driving baseline, blocked by Hudson. Hudson, outlet pass to Udosimwan. Udosimwan scores, and Charlotte Christian has a 51-50 lead. 17 seconds to go.
Great defense led to that transition offensive bucket right there by Charlotte Christian. Charlotte Christian with the 1-point lead.
Grant Howard with the ball. 7 seconds left in the third. Grant Howard, three-point shot, no good. And rebound chased down, and a long heave by, oh my goodness, he almost made it. Garrett Schrader, a long heave-ho, and that ball almost went in the basket.
I'm telling you, Ken, the momentum has definitely shifted over to Charlotte Christian, and I'm very interested right now because Murray was very quiet there in that third quarter. Very curious to see how Pebblebrook's going to take and adjust here as we start the fourth quarter.
While we have a moment here, want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. StatRow showcases youth sports highlights and games. I should say gives a portion of its revenue back to teams. You can visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with StatRow. Also, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, the sports medicine team, doesn't just treat the pain from the injuries. They work with young athletes to fix the problem and teach them proper sports mechanics. When you choose Children's, you're in the hands of specialists who understand to help young athletes, understand how to help young athletes get back in the game. Visit choa.org/sportsmed to learn more. Well, We are here with former Kennesaw State head coach Lewis Preston. What a game, what an entertaining game we've seen from both teams.
It's been a very entertaining game, and once again, I'm going to tip my hat to both of these coaches because I've seen a lot of good stuff out here today, not only just from this game, but the prior games leading up to this point. I love watching great high school coaches play the chess match out here on the court with their guys to secure wins for themselves.
So we start the fourth quarter. Charlotte Christian up 51-50. Here's Grant Howard. Bounce pass. Oh, another block by Preston. Here comes Udosimwan for Charlotte Christian. And another turnover. Now an outlet pass to Dwight Murray, and he's going to lay it up and in.
As you can see right there, just like I said at the end of the third quarter, the first play to start off the fourth quarter from Pebblebrook went into Dwight Murray.
Here's Preston. He's stripped. And Pebblebrook has the ball, and they have a 1-point lead, 52-51. Mervyn James with the ball now, top of the key. And the shot is up and good. I believe that was Mervyn James.
Mervyn James, great hands right there, kept the ball high, easy shot.
Three-pointer by Seth Bennett, no good. Rebound by Paul Hudson, and he's fouled.
It's very interesting right here. Charlotte Christian's going with the two big guys with Blake Preston and Paul Hudson in the paint. Going to try to see if they can alleviate that size and speed of Pebblebrook.
So Hudson at the free throw line. He's going to shoot two. His first free throw is good. Free throws absolutely essential in games like this. Checking in for Pebblebrook is D'Antonio Deloche. It's 54-52 Pebblebrook. 6:57 to go in the game. Hudson's second free throw is up and no good. Rebound taken away by the Falcons. And Grant Howard going to walk it up. Howard across the timeline, guarded by Udosimwan. Bounce pass to James. Now Dwight Murray has it, guarded by J.C. Tharrington. Pebblebrook up by 2. And a 5-second violation against Dwight Murray and Pebblebrook, turnover. And Coach Washington is explaining to Dwight Murray that you can't hold on to the basketball that long.
Well, he thought he had backed up and broken the count, but you got to give the Charlotte Christian player credit. He kept that 5-foot distance that was needed to keep that 5-second call on. Great play by Charlotte Christian.
Here's Tharrington with the ball. Bounce pass into Preston. And Preston is fouled.
Coach Washington is yelling at his defender right there, told him that he needed to front the post right there, and he had the help on the backside there.
Mervyn James checks in for the Falcons as Preston goes to the line. It's 1-1. First shot is up and no good. And the rebound taken away, fought for. Hudson trying to pull it away from Josh Graham, and they call Hudson for the foul.
Ken, the only issue with Blake Preston today, who just found out is a commit for Liberty University and Richie McKay, the only problem right there is just haven't been able to knock down those free throws the way that you would think that he's accustomed to with everything else he's done so well today.
Right. He is not the first Charlotte Christian commit to go to Liberty. Jody Chapman back in the 90s was a star at Charlotte Christian who went to Liberty. And a beautiful drive by Seth Bennett to tie the score, 54-54. James with the jumper, good. Mervyn James gives Pebblebrook a 2-point lead. 5:34 to go in the game. J.C. Tharrington with the basketball.
Mervyn James has come in and stepped up very well with Dwight Murray not being able to get those open looks like he's had earlier in the first 3 quarters.
We have an offensive foul against Charlotte Christian, and checking in for the Knights is Garrett Schrader. 56-54, Pebblebrook with a 2-point lead. Ken Gustafson along with former Kennesaw State head coach Lewis Preston. At a nice drive by Jalen Harper, but it's blocked. Oh, but you gotta love the hustle. J.C. Tharrington picks it up for Charlotte Christian, and he tries to pass it into Schrader. Foul is called against Pebblebrook. And it's going to be 1-1 as Garrett Schrader goes to the line for Charlotte Christian.
Nothing better, Ken, than watching, or better yet, listening to George Washington from Pebblebrook direct his troops out here. Very, very impressed by both coaches here this afternoon. It's the reason why the game's gone by very quickly.
56-55, Pebblebrook with a 1-point lead. Here's Schrader's second free throw, no good, but it's chased down by Schrader. He tries to save it, and he does. Three-pointer is up and no good. That was J.C. Tharrington with a three-pointer. And a foul is called, and it's going to go against Charlotte Christian.
That was going to go against number one, Garrett Schrader, but I'm going to tell you this right now, Ken. As a former coach, I would actually applaud him for that, because that was just hustle 101 at its best. He ran over a couple guys, and it was a foul, but I respect the hustle.
Free throws hurting Charlotte Christian a little bit here. And we got a three-pointer. It is good.
I'm telling you, that pass by Murray right there, a lot of college coaches teach that pass right there. He did a great job of executing that for the three-point shot.
That was Josh Graham with a three-pointer. It's 59-55, 4-point lead for Pebblebrook. Now the pass into Preston. Preston double-teamed. And, oh, a nice, he gets it out to Udosimwan, who scores. So it's 59-57, and we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout, we'll be right back. It is 59-57, Pebblebrook over Charlotte Christian, 4:21 to go in the game. You're listening to the Thanksgiving Holiday Hoopsgiving Tournament on SUB TV.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and CBA Sports.
Back here with 4:21 to go, Pebblebrook leads Charlotte Christian 59-57. You hate to see anybody lose this game. It's been such a well-played game.
It's been a great game, Ken, and just really like the activity, the different offensive sets, different defensive strategies by both coaches here. This might come down to a last possession.
James with a shot, no good. Rebound Preston. Here come the Knights. Here comes Seth Bennett with the basketball now over on the right side. Seth Bennett guarded by Murray. Bennett gives it to Hudson. Hudson is stolen away by James. James is going to lay it off the glass and in. And let's see, they call a charge. Offensive foul against Mervyn James.
That pass right there, Ken, should have probably gone to the opposite player over in the corner for that wide open three, because the player had already committed on James right there. Easy call, may have been under the basket, but 9 times out of 10 they're going to call that a charge.
Khalil Hawkins checks back in for Pebblebrook. 3:36 to go, 59-57 Pebblebrook. Charlotte Christian with the basketball. Preston over to Seth Bennett. Seth Bennett to Paul Hudson. Paul Hudson going to drive. His scoop shot, no good. Rebound Preston. He is fouled, but no call. Now Hudson has it. Hudson puts it back up and in, and we are tied. 59-59, 3:16 to go in the game.
Once again, that was a great big-on-big screen to look to throw over the top to Preston or get the drive for Hudson right there, which he did. 2 offensive rebounds and a stick-back tie score.
3 minutes to go in this great game here. Now a steal by Charlotte Christian. 2-on-1 break. Paul Hudson scores. And the Knights take a 2-point lead, 61-59, 2:50 to go. And a timeout by George Washington and Pebblebrook.
I tell you, we've been talking about the Liberty commit Blake Preston a lot in this game. I'm telling you, Paul Hudson has really stepped up very well for Charlotte Christian here in the fourth quarter, forcing George to figure out how he's going to stop all that big-on-big action by Charlotte Christian.
As a Bryan alum, no, Bryan's an NAIA school, but I selfishly would love to have Paul Hudson in a Bryan uniform. I'd like to have a lot of these guys in Bryan uniforms, but a lot of them aspire to play Division I basketball, and you can certainly understand that. Well, we got a second here. If you're looking to get a new basketball, tennis, or multi-purpose court, CBA Sports can help as your sports construction specialist for both commercial and residential projects. Visit cbasports.com and contact us to discuss your next indoor or outdoor project. Here we go, back to the game. And nice drive in by Grant Howard, but he's blocked, and Charlotte Christian with the basketball. They have a 2-point lead with 2:40 to go. Seth Bennett with the ball for the Knights.
Blake Preston with that great block right there to give Charlotte Christian an opportunity to extend their 2-point lead.
Drive to the bucket, and basket is good by Garrett Schrader. It's a 4-point lead for Charlotte Christian.
Wow, Howard with a deep three.
Wow, Grant Howard with a big, deep three-pointer to cut the lead to 2, 63-62. Charlotte Christian up by 1 point with 2:18 to go in the game.
Once again, as you start to look, it tells you about the culture of Pebblebrook, having a player such as a Colin Sexton who was there, who's now he's a star in the making, not only at Alabama, but he's probably going to be playing at that 3-letter league. Looks like that Howard, Dwight Murray, all those young men have followed in those footsteps and now looking to see if they can take and get Pebblebrook over the hump here against Charlotte Christian.
What do you think of Blake Preston, his chances of getting to the NBA or maybe the D League or overseas maybe?
Well, I look at his young body right now, 6'9". He's playing a double. He's got a double-double. I'd be curious to see him play against another guy of like size and with better athletic ability to see a variety of different ways for which he'd be able to score. I think he'd be a very good. I think he's going to the right level at Liberty University. I'd be curious to see how he progresses there under Coach McKay.
So both teams back out onto the floor, 2:18 to go in the game. Charlotte Christian with a 1-point lead, 63-62. Pebblebrook, Charlotte Christian with the basketball. Paul Hudson over to Tharrington, over to Schrader. Cross court to Seth Bennett. Seth Bennett, top of the key, gets it to Tharrington.
Looks like right now that Pebblebrook's switching all dribble handoffs and screens 1 through 5.
Here's J.C. Tharrington to the hole, no good. Ball is rebounded, stolen away, taken away by the Falcons. Three-pointer is no good. That was Grant Howard with a three-pointer. Now a long outlet pass to Tharrington, who lays it up and in. And Charlotte Christian has a 3-point lead. And we have an offensive foul against Pebblebrook. It's going to be against Grant Howard.
I'm not sure if that's an offensive foul or if he says that was a baseline out-of-bounds violation, that he wasn't fully out when he inbounded the ball. Either way, 3-point lead for Charlotte Christian here with 1:39 to go.
1:39 to go, and the Knights will inbound the basketball. And a steal. Pebblebrook has it. Dwight Murray with the basketball. Murray, top of the key. Murray going to shoot a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebound by Schrader. And I thought he was fouled. They're going to call a foul. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Preston, but I think that's against Jalen Harper. It's going to be
that one's against number 21, Jamal Clyde.
Jamal
right
Clyde.
There. Jamal, yeah. Yes, against him right there. Schrader did a great job powering up for that ball right there. He deserved that rebound. See if he can extend the lead on the free throw line.
1-and-1. He with 2 shots. His first free throw is no good.
If Charlotte Christian ends up losing this game, only thing they can go back to is the free throw line, because that's the only thing that hasn't been kind to them.
That's correct. Schrader, here's his second free throw. It's good. 4-point lead for the Knights. 66-62, a minute 22 to go in the game. Here's Grant Howard for Pebblebrook. Grant Howard guarded by Tharrington. Grant Howard. And we have a whistle. And it's going to be a foul against Charlotte Christian.
Charlotte Christian has done a great job of adjusting defensively, because they tried to run that shuffle cut stagger action from Murray again. And number 21 Bennett was all over him.
Dwight Murray fakes. Dwight Murray's three-pointer is good.
And I say that, and he stepped up with a nice shot fake. Very confident stepping into the three-point shot. 66-65 Charlotte Christian.
What a nice fake by Dwight Murray, and then to get the shot off and nail it. I wonder where he's committed.
Nowhere as of yet. He's a junior.
He's a junior, but I'd like to see him in a Georgia uniform, to be honest, because they could use some outside shooting like that.
Ken, I'll tell you right now, you're surprising me with all the guys you want to pump up for different schools and everything. Got to make sure you're not on their payroll. You see, I'm neutral like Switzerland. I'm not saying anything, but I do got some numbers here on speed dial that I will be giving a couple coaches call. You know who you are out there.
66-65, Charlotte Christian with a 1-point lead, a minute 3 to go in this game. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club annually recognizes the top high school and college players, coaches, officials, and administrators in Metro Atlanta and the state of Georgia. Join the ATOC. You can nominate players and coaches or learn more at www.atltipoffclub.com. So Charlotte Christian with the basketball, Coach Preston. They have a minute 3 to go. They're going to have to obviously protect the basketball.
Right now, they got to take great care of the basketball. Guys got to come meet the ball when the ball is passed to them, and they got to be strong in the multiple traps that Pebblebrook's probably going to put on. There's the first trap. There's the second trap we were talking about. Here comes the third one. Great job.
Great job of breaking the press by Charlotte Christian. Udosamwan has it. And now here's J.C. Tharrington with it. Tharrington, top of the key. 44 seconds to go. Gets it over to Seth Bennett. Seth Bennett with it. And Seth is fouled by Jamal Kleiss.
Coach Brown right there with a great timeout, because you know what? His player had just backed himself up into that corner right here. And once again, coaching 101, sideline is a defender. Or better yet, the half-court line's a defender. Sideline's a defender with two guys coming to trap. That's 4 against 1 right there. Great timeout by Coach Brown.
I correct myself. There was no foul called. The timeout was called before any foul. It looked like he was double-teamed. It looked like Kleiss bumped him, but the referee did not call a foul. He called the time. Instead, Charlotte Christian called a timeout with 37.7 seconds to go and a 66-65 lead.
It'll be very interesting right here to see what Pebblebrook comes out with, because once again, like I said before, we know that multiple traps are coming from Pebblebrook. Charlotte Christian did a great job of handling that right there, but Charlotte Christian's got to make sure that they get the ball in the right guy's hands, because if you're not strong with the ball, it can get a deflection, which could lead to an easy transition offense opportunity for Pebblebrook.
So who will blink? Who will make a critical mistake in this game with 37 seconds to go? Tharrington with the ball for Charlotte Christian, guarded by Kleiss. Tharrington gets it to Seth Bennett, and Seth Bennett gets it to Hudson, who's fouled.
Coach Washington right there talking about a great foul right there on Hudson, because once again, if they've done the scouting right by Pebblebrook, which seems like that they have, that they're playing the percentages right here for Hudson at the free throw line.
Well, here's, if you're a Charlotte Christian fan, you're hoping Hudson steps up and makes these. This is where you win ball games, at the free throw line, and he misses the first.
Once again, Coach Washington Great job right there of Fallon Hudson playing the percentages. Now Pebblebrook's got to block out right here and keep Blake Preston off of this offensive rebound as well as Garrett Schrader.
Here's Hudson's second free throw. It is in the air. It is good. 67-65, 30.5 seconds to go. And George Washington is going to call a timeout.
If mine serves me correctly, that's his final timeout. He's out of timeouts.
Now it's going to be interesting to see what Pebblebrook decides to do, what George Washington decides to do. Is he going to set up a play for Murray to get him open and get him a three-pointer to win the game? Or are they going to try and drive to the hoop, get fouled, maybe get the bucket, and an and one?
Well, the great thing right here, Ken, is they don't necessarily need a three-point shot. So maybe you can take and use Murray as a decoy right here. I personally would run that shuffle cut that they've been running throughout the course of the game into a stagger action, and maybe off of that stagger action have another action with either Graham Howard curling off of that or Mervyn James curving off and Graham Howard stepping back and maybe throwing it across the court if you don't get Murray open. Once again, a lot of things that can happen in that one play, but this is the reason why Coach Washington loves these type of games, gives them a great opportunity not only for now, but later on when you get into region and playoff play.
Correct me if I'm wrong, they went 12-9 a year ago, or what was their record?
I think that's correct.
They look better than a 12-9 team, that's for sure.
Sometimes, you know, there's some things that happen off the floor, chemistry-wise, things of that nature that sometimes you don't have control of. Once again, we always talk about as coaches controlling the controllables.
Here we go, 25 seconds to go. 67-65, Charlotte Christian. Pebblebrook with the basketball. And they get it inside, blocked by Preston. Big, huge block by Blake Preston. Washington wanted a foul.
Actually, it wasn't a foul. I thought it was a goaltend. But once again, great block. There was a no call. Now we got to see that.
Actually, it was Garrett Schrader with the block. Preston with the block. Schrader got the rebound and got fouled.
Got it.
Schrader's first free throw, no good. And they are really hurting themselves at the free throw line, Charlotte Christian is. Checking in for Pebblebrook is Khalil Hawkins.
Once again, Coach Washington's trying to check to see if some time ran off the clock right there. That play was really close right there with Preston, with Blake Preston right there getting that block. I went back and looked at the replay. I think he got it clean. I thought it was a goaltend, but I think he got it clean. It's the reason why sitting right here beside my guy Marcus Burnett from SUV TV giving me that replay action.
Well, the first free throw by Garrett Schrader was missed. And Charlotte Christian will rue the day if they lose this game. He does get the second free throw. It is a three-point game, 68-65.
Curious to see if Charlotte Christian fouls right here.
I was wondering if they have a foul to give. Grant Howard for three. No good. Ball tipped. And that is the ball game. Charlotte Christian has won this ball game 68-65 over Pebblebrook. A great game, Coach Preston.
It was a great game overall. Great job by both teams here. Probably the best game I've seen so far today. Wide open look. A lot of people are going to question whether that was a goaltend or not, but going back and looking at the replay, it looks like that Blake Preston got that play clean right there. So it'll be curious to see how Pebblebrook bounces back from this tomorrow, but also looking forward to watching more of the Charlotte Christian team as well.
Right, what a tremendous ball game between both clubs. Charlotte Christian comes out the winner 68-65, and Blake Preston and Paul Hudson. Paul Hudson may be the unsung hero for Charlotte Christian, but Blake Preston, a huge block, a key block near the end of the game to help give the Knights a 68-65 lead. For my partner, Lewis Preston, our producer, Marcus Burnett, I'm Ken Gustafson saying so long. Actually, stay tuned. There's more basketball coming your way. You are watching and listening to the Holiday Hoopsgiving Tournament here on SUV TV.
Y'all sit over here? Yeah. All right.